Welcome back to GEISELSBERG for episode 19 with me, MrSealyp. At the behest of my boss, Papa, we have got the DK280W with the auger pipe on the back. Hooks onto the back of the Jaguar, no problem, because this is the stop-starty bit, getting the rest of the maze out, so it just makes it easier if we've got a trailer on the back that can do the job. Now hopefully what I've done is also put the IT runner container on the ground, so the auger pipe on this should be high enough to unload into that, or I could just drive this straight over and unload into the pit because it's just over there. This will only take 23,000 litres though. Seems like ages have been away, the world's gone mad. So many vehicles and buildings and stuff now available. We are looking at a new header for the Dominator, because we do have I think all of our fields, the vegan fields, the wheat and the rye fields, ready to go. I think our rye or triticale, can't remember now, down here is ready to harvest as well. That all needs to be done. Yeah, so it's just all gone a bit mad. We are going to get it all done though. But I just thought I'd show you doing it with this, and there are various different trailers that will hook up to the back of forage harvesters. I was also told, because I'm using the Orbis 900, that's supposed to be for the other forage harvester. That's why it's only run at 6 miles per hour. But I'm used to harvesting at 6 anyway, so I'm not overly fussed that it's only running at 6. So what I need to do is get the, once this is all done, the bunker silo compacted. That's not going to work, is it? Reversing is not a good idea with those trailers. Yeah, compacted, covered. I need to get back up to the BGA because I'll find it on my list. Rod, who this contract's for, wants 250,000 litres. We already did 100,000 litres, went off to Wicked Smoke. 250,000 litres need to go off to Rod, so that's got to be loaded up and sent. I am in the process of ploughing out this field. I've spoken to the owners and they are happy for us to use this. I will do the same thing with this, probably pay them a leasing fee to use the field. It's not uncommon actually for farmers to rent fields off of other people. Then it's to that point where if you don't need them anymore, or you're not making enough revenue, or you just can't afford it, you then sort of end the lease, the rent on it. And I know I was watching Millennial Farmer recently, and they were talking about the fields they rent and the fields they own. And so yeah, so what we'll probably do is we'll rent this field because it will give us a bit more growing space too. I'm just very conscious of getting the rest of this out before that plough catches up. And it'll probably need liming before I do anything else with it. So those are a few jobs that need to be done. I'll probably see you in a little while once a load of that has been done. We are waiting on our payment from Wicked Smoke, and then we'll sort out the 250,000 litres for Rod, and then we'll sort out the payment for that as well. Then we'll look at a new header for the harvester, and yeah, so everything moving along as it should be. Contracts being completed, crops being delivered. The chickens, I need to just check on those again at some point, and I need to sort out the 20,000 litres of wheat to go to Cows Go Moo, or yeah, for the chicken feed. We're so nearly there. It is now 12:37 in the afternoon. We have been paid for by Wicked Smoke for the 100,000 litres of silage that went off to him. This is load number 3 of our 250,000 litres going off to Rod. Which is going to be 5 and a bit to give me his 250,000 litres. The Jaguar is back over here. Field, well, the cornfield. Where's that? That's better. I wasn't picking up for a minute. I panicked. So let's have a quick look on here. Field 57 has been repurposed. It has been ploughed in places where it needed lime. It's been limed. It has been fertilised, and it has now been seeded with triticale. So I do have a couple of big contracts for triticale. So I've got Field 57 plus a couple of episodes ago I did Field 2. So Field 1 and our multi-field, where are we, are our rye and wheat that are going to be for the vegan contract, and I've also put sugar beet down in Field 45 here an episode ago. That's for a contract for Mr. Massey. So everything's going really well. It's as it should be. I just thought we'd have a quick check-in. So what I'll do is carry on with this. So like I say, there'll be 5 and a bit. 45,000 litres in each load. Yeah. And then we'll sort out this harvesting, because I need to get going on it. Seems like this vegan contract has been going on forever. I hope it's worth its while in the payout, but we seem to be doing much better, or making better money on silage. But then silage is one of those things. Silage bales and selling silage always makes good money anyway, so if you can take the time to produce the silage, it's well worth it for the payout in the end. Oh, that's it as well, the bunker silo down at the bottom farm, that has now got, I thought in my head we'd have about 600,000 litres, maybe 500,000, you know, As it transpired, we've only managed to get 359,000 litres in there. That has been compacted, that has also now been blanketed, so that is now fermenting. Just trying to think, I think when I came back to this pile we had 412,000 litres left, 250,000's got to go, so that leaves 150, 162,000 litres there, plus the 300 and whatever down there. So we've still got a fair bit of silage on hand. That is as it should be. I'm considering about a couple of new bits of machinery. We might get rid of the Strautmann trailer we've got, and get one of those DB240Ws with the auger on the back, because then we can use that as a seed cart, seed auger, just a normal grain cart. It just seems like a good idea. The boss swears by them, absolutely loves them. So I think as a company we're going to be purchasing one of those, and then what else are we going to be doing? I'm trying to think now. There were some other things we were going to do. They'll come to me. So I'll see you in a little while once I've got all of these done and we are ready to sort out the header and the harvesting. Right then, the 250,000 litres of silage, or the first 250,000 litres, has gone off to Rod. That's sorted. We are bringing the harvester up to the store. The Strautmann has already come up, the little trailer. We're going to swap that out, hopefully. So I said earlier, yeah, we've been paid by Wicked Smoke for the 100,000 litres of silage he had. We're now waiting on the payment from Rod, which will be coming soon. It's just all bank transfers these days, isn't it? So we're going to get a new header. Before I forget, happy Thanksgiving for yesterday for anyone who was celebrating Thanksgiving. Hope you had a fantastic time with family and friends. And happy Black Friday for those of you that might be buying things in sales. Bit of a weird day today. I have had the weirdest week. This has been recorded in several chunks because I came back from Farming Simulator League on Monday quite late. There's been mods and all sorts of stuff dropping left, right and centre. There's just been family stuff. I've had doctor's appointments, hospital appointments, dentist, vets, not just all for me, family, my wife, my kids. I've been up into London for hospital appointments, I've been to doctor's appointments, I've been all over. Just haven't seemed to have a clear run at getting anything done. So the trailer's up here. We're going to get rid of the header trailer and the header. Those pallets still need sorting out on that trailer, but let's sort out this one first. Get that out of the way. It's not a huge amount of money extra, but it is some money. The whole point about us making money from our contracts is so we can buy new stuff, exchange stuff, upgrade things, anything like that, buy new fields, whatever it is we need to be doing. That at least is the plan. So what we'll do is detach that. So first off, the trailer, sell that. Then the header itself, is it worth repairing? 21,019. A little bit. Okay, so yeah, there's a few things we've been kind of looking at as a farm. One is like an auger trailer. We're going to get this new header for the harvester. Actually, what I'm going to do depends which way around this gets placed. We'll have to see. Let's move that forward. What else was it? There was something else I kept thinking. Oh yeah, we're going to get a Scaraflex, weren't we? One of the weeders, because that thing was just absolutely fantastic. So let's go to the store. Right. So that's that sorted. The Lexion that we used way back, we had some hours on it because it's been so long between harvests. There were other farms that needed it, so that's kind of gone. We have got more hours on it, so if we get it might swing back around at some point for us to be able to use. Oh, we've got yeah, the Lizard DB 250W, I think. DK, not DB, DK 280, not 2. Literally just bought it in the store. I just looked at it, found the picture. We'll get that. I want that one. Oh, there you go. TK 280. We've got a Cressoni. We've got a Cressoni header. Fairly new to this neck of the woods. So we're gonna, well, we're gonna give it a go. See how this works out. Is it going to be a header ache, or is it going to be a really handy thing to have? I mean, for all intents and purposes, it almost doubles our harvesting width, because our other header was quite narrow, but only time will tell. We can head straight off up to our multi-field, to the rye field. Now we've got to get 60,000 litres of rye off of that. So that's our next thing, is fingers crossed our vegan contract works alright, because if I don't get 60,000 litres off that, I don't want to go for all the having to do all of that again. Oh, it took ages. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, I love it. Love it, right, well. Let's get our beacon on. We're going to head up into the town, avoiding road signs where possible. There was another police tweet about vandalism, about the trailer, the state of the trailer, and possibly the road signs. Some of the road signs anyway. There's some utes in the local area. They're going around causing mischief. Right. See what I mean? It's not always me. I think they read the previous tweets from the police and thought, you know what we'll do? We'll go around, knock a load of road signs down, and the local farming community will get the blame. That's what I think. While I'm doing this, I just want to give a big shout out. Love it or hate it, whether you're into it or not, whether you agree with it or not, the Farming Simulator League, I just want to give a shout out to the teams, the team players, for all of the seeded teams, the wildcard teams, for being just a fantastic bunch of people. Great to be around, great fun, nice, becoming incredibly good friends, I have to say. They're just really, really nice guys. And they don't just Farming Simulator League. One of the teams is an esports team. The other guys are all Farming Simulator players. I was chatting to one of the guys, Bam Bam, yesterday, and he was saying, that's not his real name obviously, that themselves, Bam Bam is from De Landire, sponsored by Astragon. They and John Deere and one of the other teams were all playing on Farming Simulator, just playing the game all together the other day, doing some farming. They love it as much as everyone else does. It's just absolutely brilliant, love it. So yeah, big shout out to all the FSL teams. Just in case any of you are watching, beacon off, let's unfold this. Oh, that is so cool. It's only 3:15. It feels like about 6 o'clock in the evening. The light's really going. Look at that, how much wider that header is. That's going to make life so much easier. So now comes the bit we've all been waiting for. Well, I have anyway. Disable straw swath. No, we want straw swath on. Let's turn that off again. Why can I never remember what that is? Reel, bring up a little bit. Don't actually need to, but every time, without fail. Now bearing in mind this is rye as well, it does mean leaving the swath behind. I will do this off screen. I've still got rye bale contracts that I need to fulfill, so what I will do probably off camera is I'll whiz around with the baler, stick all the bales to one side of the field. We'll get those shipped off to relevant people. But I will show that. I'm not going to, you know, I will show the bales either being baled or by the side of the field. Now, I was warned by my own boss, and I ignored his advice, and I'm hoping it's not going to come back and bite me. That he said that the Cressoni header on the Dominator was probably not a good idea because he didn't think the fitment would be right, and that in trials, let's just put it that way, with the header down it hits the floor and the front wheels come off the ground and you kind of lose traction. I haven't seen that yet. That said, it's fairly flat. I haven't come across any bumps. I'm not on a hill, no gradient or anything like that, so potentially that might have an impact. What I'm finding at the moment, this is not a headache, this is absolute joy. The ease of transport is working well, nice width. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be getting massive headers and stuff like that, you're not going to be bothering with something like this. But if you're thinking about the small, I mean, I don't know how well these hook up to other small harvesters, but I'll be honest with you, if you've got a small harvester and you want a slightly larger header and you don't want all the hassle of a header trailer and all that kind of thing, this is the way to go. I was also messaged, someone said to me that in real life, I'm losing my voice, that's fantastic. In real life though, that's better. In real life, they are actually very expensive headers, Cressoni. You can understand why they are. But I suppose it's like anything, if it fulfills a need, if it's something that you particularly want or need for a particular reason, I suppose people will always pay a little bit more for something that makes their life easier. I guess, I mean, that's kind of the reason for it, isn't it? The one thing I will say though, you can't lift the header. So whereas normally you can keep it running and just lift the header, I don't think it gives you the option to. Pretty sure it doesn't. I'm gonna get the manual out. Let's get the manual out that came with the header. We've got pipe out and stuff on the harvester. Oh yeah, it has. What was that about then? Ignore me. Talking absolute rhubarb. Can I swing round here? I know I probably shouldn't. I'll get round to the curve, then we'll collect the other stuff up in a minute. Just trying to get around these. They are rather inconveniently placed, to tell you the truth. There we go, so we can. Right. Trying to drive over anyone else's crops. So as you can imagine, this is now going to take a little bit. I'm so pleased with this header. I'm so pleased it works. I mean, jury's still out. We're very early days. If we do start to have any problems at all, then we may have to go back to the manufacturer or have a bit of a chat or something like that about what we're going to do. We're almost full as well. I think what I'm going to do is run a strip across that way. I'm trying to give myself a couple of bits on each end for the harvester to turn round in, so it doesn't go into next door's crop or anything like was very conscious of the fact I want the auger to be on the right side for unloading. I'll tell you what though. Lovely. Yeah, there were reports, early reports, in that the header wasn't. Also, yeah, the header wasn't harvesting to the full extent of the reel. But again, I can only go on what I'm kind of experiencing. I haven't seen anything like that so far. I mean, I've only done a couple of strips, but you can always rely on MrSealyp, some consumer advice. I did get in trouble because when I did review this, I didn't actually try it on the crop, so people were asking me, have you tried it? They found it's not working, it's hitting the ground, it's doing this, doing that. And so I can honestly say now, looking at it, I mean, this is the larger one. There are 3, you muppet, too busy talking. There are 3 headers, potentially one of the other ones may be causing problems, I don't know. It could be a combination of the header with a particular harvester maybe, I don't know. You sometimes get these incompatibility issues between manufacturers. You know what it's like. You get a sort of buy anything header and buy anything, what am I talking about? You know what I mean, a kind of multi-fit header that's supposed to work with any manufacturer's attachments, and sometimes they don't work so well. But that, I'm not experiencing a problem. Right, I'm going to whiz off. I'm going to go and grab the trailer, not the small one. I don't think I'm going to use the auger one at the moment, but I'm going to go and grab the oh yes, because I've got 20,000 litres of wheat I've got to ship for Cows Go Moo for his, was it grandfather? For his sheep, for his chickens, and he's got some sheep that he's going to send my way. So yeah, 20,000 litres. That's why I wanted a slightly larger trailer as well, because I can do loads like that much easier. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm rabbiting. Let's go and get this trailer. Tell you what, this trailer's looking lived in. It's seen better days, isn't it? Look at the state of it. Wow. So I was hoping in the Black Friday sales that the boss would indulge in a new harvester. I was really hoping to get a Tucano, but we're not in Lexian territory yet. But it doesn't look like it. With only 196 grand in the bank, it's not likely. Even on a very good discounted sale, that's a lot to ask for, and that would wipe us out. Turn that off. Does mean if we can get this vegan contract out of the way, I've got 2 fair sized fields. I can really just roll them over and bang onto my next contracts, because like I say, I think I've got a couple more rye ones which are fairly small. I think I've got a massive triticale one, I think one for 200,000 litres. I'm sure I've got a massive potato contract as well, but potatoes is always one of those ones you kind of shy away from. I don't know why, but I just kind of do. It's one of those weird things. Right, let's start it up, move it away first, and then we'll bring the pipe back in. I'm always worried about hitting inside the trailer and sending it all over the place. Right, cruise control on. We are harvesting at 6, so we don't seem to be getting any input. What the? This is what I'm talking about, hooligans. Look, there are wheel tracks through my crop. Someone's driven through the... Okay, it's like crop circles, it's the weirdest thing. Have I driven across this? Why would I have driven? No, if I would have done, I'd have driven across the field if I was going somewhere accidentally, or when it was in its first growth stage, or don't know. Probably them pesky utes again. Anyway, I really am going to see you in a little while, because this is going to take a little while. Even with a larger header on this now, this is a fairly big field. It's still going to take a while. It was all well and good when I did field 1 with the old Lexion on trial. That was wonderful. This is going to take some time, so what I'm going to do now is get to the end. I'm going to run across the bottom, do a couple of strips that way. Hopefully at some point I can get a worker on it. We'll get the worker going. I'll whiz back down to the farm with the trailer. We'll get the 20,000 litres of wheat to go off the cows go moo. What else do we need to do? We are going to need some sugar beet equipment because field 45 is ready to harvest as well down by the farm, but that's probably going to be, what time's it now, 1:30, maybe tomorrow. I'm hoping to at least get one half of this vegan contract done. If you're tuning in for the first time, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I would suggest with any of my Let's Plays, but especially subscriber contract ones, go back to the start, episode 1 and 2. I think I put a pin on there to a video that explains subscriber contracts. Also, I mean, you can drop in because at the end of the day I'm farming. I'm just doing farming like any other farming. I'm doing jobs, I'm doing farming stuff, I'm doing delivery and harvesting and seeding and planting, all the things, all the fun things you do on a farm. Subscriber contracts are just ones that are submitted by subscribers. So rather than getting paid, normally you would take it to one of the sell points and dump, and sometimes I do. Sometimes people want things shipped and they'll offer me a payment for whatever it is, so I ship it and then we get paid into the bank account. That's kind of how it works. But like I say, watch the video. If you haven't seen it, go on to episode 1 or 2, find the link, watch the video. It's either at the start or the end of the video, I'm trying to think now. And it all kind of makes a bit more sense. But yeah, this vegan one was a bit of a game, so yeah, watch through the episodes, have a look and see. It involved no chemical fertilisers, it involved no fertilisers that came from an animal, so all had to be plant-based. So we kind of put a cover crop in, we used grass, and then we cut the grass, which gave us a fertilising state. We then used the Scaraflex, which is kind of like a weeder, which gave us another one. So we didn't actually use any fertiliser as such, which kind of ticked the boxes on the vegan contract. And this contract came from my boss, this came from Papa. This wasn't I mean, technically a subscriber, but I'm working for him now. God, my eyes full again. I'm hoping we're going to hit 60,000 no problem at this rate. That trailer, or that IT runner container, holds 45,000, so fingers crossed. Still no problems with the header. Alles gut, as they often say in Germany. Well, I do in my terrible German. I do apologise. Right, I sorted out the pallets that were on the back of that trailer up at the yard. It was I don't know why I thought it was pig food. It was chicken feed we bought, wasn't it? Or that we got as part of the contract. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add to that from our own silo until we get to 20,000 litres. Just over. That's for cows go moo. That's going to go off when I think it's his grandfather. Let me just check that. Where are we? Sorry, I'm just looking on my my contract sheets because I have quite a few contracts here. His great uncle, not his granddad, his great uncle Heinz lives down the road in Dreisenhof. 20,000 litres, yeah, and we should get 6 sheep. Yeah, 6 sheep in payment. Now, from a previous contract as well, we've got 10 Black Angus cows that were owed. From one right at the very start, we've got 32,000 litres of milk we need to collect at some point. So I'm kind of racking up. It almost becomes kind of like favours. We haven't got anything prepped or ready for cows yet, so that's why I haven't collected the cows for that contract. And the sheep, I believe we haven't got a sheep pen, so we're going to have to either buy a sheep pen and maybe put it down in the grass area there, down near the horses, or there is a sheep farm northwest of where we are. It's just whether we got the money to buy the sheep farm and then we could maybe have them delivered there. That would be a kind of bit of an expansion. So yeah, like I say, we've got a few options available, and we've got some more animals that need to come and some work that will need to be done for that. So cows go moo, this is your 20,000 litres of chicken feed for your great Uncle Heinz. I hope it's exactly what you wanted, and we'll take delivery of the sheep at some point. I'll let you know, but that's heading off. The rye harvest is going really well. I think, fingers crossed, we're going to hit 60,000 litres no problem at all. It's looking good so far, let's just put it that way. I didn't get this with the cover. I should have done really, but it was more expensive with the cover. Trying to save a few quid here and there, you know. Well, it's not quid, is it? It's euros. But anyway. Right, coming up on the back now. We're on 38,000 litres in the tank on the trailer here. This will be 45,000 litres full, which it should do on this one. The worker will head off, and out of what's left we need to get 15,000 litres, because we need 60,000 in total. I think we're going to do it. Phew. Now I don't know whether they'll take all of it, because this contract pays out, it was 50% on top, wasn't it? It was a 50% bonus because of all the hassle of doing the whole vegan process. Yeah, 50% more than the store's paying. So whatever the store's paying, we'll get 50% on top. Oh, I've blocked it. So we've got 45,000 litres on board now. This is going to be processed by the Land Handle Corporation, so that's where it's going to go off to now. So whatever we get, we add 50% on top, so we'll get that as a bonus. That will come later on. So we're going to take this now. I think that header's running fine. Like I say though, this is a flat field. I don't know how it would be on an undulating field, how it would be on hills and that kind of thing. So all I can go in on is what I've tested so far with it, but we're happy with it at the moment. I know I've said that a couple of times, but it's a continuing process. We'll see how we get on with that. I will see you at Land Handle in just a moment. I'm not quite sure why the light seems to be fading quicker and quicker. So, Land Handle. I might have to swing out on this. So first load, the harvester is full again. So the workers just nipped off for a tea break, I think, while they're waiting for me. And one of the other workers has brought up the baler, and they've started baling. I should have started baling. So what we're going to make on this, and what we're going to get on top. $33, so we'll get half that, another 15 on top. No, it's not too bad. Just make a note of that in my little book. Farming is all about everything, isn't it? Maintenance, repair, farm work, physics, accounting. It's a whole load of maths involved. Weights, measures, you name it. There aren't many jobs that encompass so many different skill sets, I guess is the best way of putting it. I know some farmers will have an accountant or a member of the family or someone that maybe does the accounts for them, but a lot of farmers do it themselves. Negotiating contracts, purchasing of seed, working out. Oh, I mean, it's mind-boggling, isn't it? So we only need 15,000 litres. The harvest has stopped, so that's another 7,800. So another full load, and that's it. That's our contract, or half the contract. That's the rye portion of the vegan contract complete. Yeah, look, started the baling and just stopped. Just decided, well, the harvester driver's gone for a tea break. I'm going for a tea break too. Right. So I have to carry on with that, I think. Get the harvester running, and I'll get on and do a bit of baling while that's happening. Oh man, the state of that. Okay then, let's go with this. It would appear our worker has fled the scene. So yeah, we are part way through a contract for rye bales for Tyler. Tyler was 50 rye bales. We've done 40, so there's 10 left. So we just need to get 10 rye bales out of this. To be fair, the other contract I've got on the go for AH13 stew was for 100 straw bales. We delivered 50. And these is technically straw, rye or not. So I could deliver a big chunk of that, so I could kind of do both with this. But I am going to get wheat off of field 1 as well when we do the second part of the vegan contract, which is probably going to be in the next episode. That's going to be wheat and beets, I think. We're going to do that wheat field, and we've got beets to do, so it'll be a wheat and beet episode, I think. Less of the wheat, more of the beet, but that's what we'll be doing. Actually, I don't want that bale to drop in front of the harvester, do I? Not really. I'm going to come back over this way though, because I just want to go past the harvester. Fantastic. Yeah, we've still got probably a third of the field left, maybe a little less than a third. Not bad. Okay, we are coming up on full, so once we hit that, any second now, that technically is our vegan contract complete for the rye part. We've got the wheat part to do. We've got the rest of this field to clear. Pipe out. Oh, it already was out. I like the fact you can see that. Because I'm sure I don't hit the header. So, like I say, I've got the rest of this field to clear. I need to check with the boss whether or not this is going to be going to for the vegan contract, or we can fulfil any other rye contracts with this. I'm not too sure. That's unloading. Nice. But for all intents and purposes, we have fulfilled it. 45,000 litres just gone. This should go past 15, which will give us our 60,000 we needed. I will clear the rest of this field, absolutely, and I'm going to bale it. And then we'll obviously we're going to need to prep it for whatever the next job is, but we're getting there. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and unfortunately it needs to be kind of done Right, we're there. Cool. Right, so with that complete, or that portion of it complete, we have come to the end of this episode. This header's brilliant. I'm so pleased with it. Like I say, no issues at the moment. You can never be too sure. We'll keep an eye, but let's get that back down and crack on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.